Coach, obviously, very strong first quarter performance, 21 lead, kind of very strong first half performance too. But as it goes right after halftime, kind of folks start building back. What kind of went wrong in the second half?
I just told the team, I was honest with them up to this point. I'm disappointed with how we finished down the stretch. Too many mistakes, self-inflicted. It's very disappointing. That's not who we are, but it was today. And the first half, there were a lot of good things there. Defense we were flying around, and we had the wind, and the wind was a factor in play selection. Just in the second half, or in halftime, I told them, hey, this game's going to come down, just like the last week was against Central, and then one versus Akron. Buffalo was down last week versus Kent, 28-7, and then 31-10, and they come storming back, and our guys knew it. I said, hey, the team that comes out in the second half and executes is going to prevail. It's going to come down to the wire. It did, and we did not. We did things that we have not done all year. We had some of it in Duquesne, but today was just, I'm disappointed with the mistakes that we made. I don't know how else to say it.
This is 2 games in a row where you guys have had a lead in the fourth quarter. You guys then come up on the short end. There's obviously a lot of things they have to do to close out a victory. Yeah. But what's a couple things that that the team needs to start doing, especially late in the game? Yeah,
and I should have started with this. You got to give hats off to Buffalo, that coaching staff, and with the lead and the adjustments they made, particularly on the defense with our running game. They did a good job. But back to your question on having the lead in the fourth quarter, our guys, again, I'm going to execution. I know that's a coaching thing, but it's fact. It's fact. We got the win in the fourth quarter, took a couple shots, and we had a protection issue. We put the ball on the ground on the option, and I got to see the film. CA's in there, and we knew he was going to play, and I got to see the blocking, but you can't turn it over on the road, and we did in their territory. And they methodically went down the field. I liked it. We were going to take the timeouts and all those things, but they executed down the field, and we let them off the hook, on the field goal. We had, hey, we're going to ice him and not show the block. We had a block on him, we jumped. You can't do that. That wasn't the reason why we lost the game, but it was definitely one of them. And it's on me. It's my responsibility. I got to get this team to show more discipline when we have a lead in the fourth quarter. And we had opportunities to not be a close game in the fourth quarter in this one.
Coach, the first drive of the third quarter, your first drive took up 8 minutes and 16 seconds off the clock. Was that?
We were on schedule. That was the challenge at halftime, and to shorten the third quarter because the wind was caught up, and it started to lay in the fourth quarter. I was just like, ah. But I challenged the guys, and we executed until the fourth down. We set it up. Armani had the long run. We faked the play. Tight end's wide open. He grenade passed it to the tight end. We had a communication error at the line of scrimmage. The call that the official made downfield, I haven't seen the film, but talking to the tackle he called it on, I believe it. And it's windy. Can you hear? There's so many things, but you get a touchdown right there. It's a difference in the game. We didn't. I'm excited. It was a tough field goal that Steve went in there and made into the wind. The wind was howling at that time. That was a big field goal. I thought was going to win the game for us. And but that was a huge play that we had a touchdown and we didn't execute as an offense.
Armani's run obviously was early, but it's a record breaker. Just what do you have to say about that and what you told him and just how the team reacted?
Yeah, I don't think anybody touched him. From the 1 yard line, we had a little power Owen. He bounced it. Had great blocking on the perimeter. O'Shawn, unbelievable block from what I could tell from the sideline, and then Cam Odom sealed their guy. And I don't think anybody touched Armani. And the focus from that point, coaching staff wise, was, hey, last week these guys were down 28-7, and the guys were hearing it from the get go. And we got to stay on them and keep pressing. We backed off a little bit with play calling. When we had into the wind, I think we were 2 of 3 throwing the ball wise at halftime. Maybe we kind of went into a shell a little bit, but we knew at halftime. Here are our top 2 passes into the wind. Okay, and one of them was down here, and one of them was to learn Coach Adam on their sideline. You could not plan it any better from the halftime adjustment from our end of it. We just didn't catch the one and had a penalty on the other one. I was just like, on the headphones, I was, frustrating. And then we got the win and could not finish the drive with the wind. And I thought we had some guys open on some of those shot plays on the option stuff, and we didn't get it protected. Their defensive ends have shown to take over a game with pass rush, and we worked a lot of time this week on helping the tackles, and the one kid got a sack. I think Isaiah was open down their sideline, and we couldn't get the ball off. So.
You guys are 1-6 now, going into the fourth game of MAC play. I don't know if it's appropriate to say, but at a time where you guys were one loss makes you bowl ineligible, are we going to see a lot more of the young guys start to get a lot more reps as the season goes?
We're going to play our best 11 guys every game to win one at a time, and that's going to be the focus to win next week versus Kent State at home. We're looking forward to getting back in front of our home crowd. We've had 3 unbelievable crowds. We've got a passionate fan base, and our team's going to be ready to go. But our best 11 guys are going to play, and we're going to call the plays to win one at a time. It's going to be our focus.
How nice was it to see the offense get off to that quick start? Obviously earlier in the season it was tough getting the offense going, but how nice was it to get those 21 first quarter points?
Yeah, again, we were, as a football team, excited. We were feeding off each other. You could see it on the sideline, and we got to find a way to keep either our foot on the gas, and we got to not let up. I don't think we let up. After I watched the film, I want to see about some play calls into the wind. But I thought game plan wise we had some good things. We just didn't get some things done. But I was excited about obviously the start.